Warning, this video contains bad language, but you knew that already. What's good, y'all?
It's your boy Eru, host of the Dynasty podcast. Yeah, man, we're gonna talk about Evan Fournier. All right, this will be the last time I talk about him in this way. Tom Thibodeau is implying, or at least the rumors or situations are implying that Evan Fournier is gonna be the starting shooting guard for the New York Knicks. So I know everybody's pissed off. Everybody seems to think that Fournier is
trash.
And
You don't find that suspicious?
I know I find it suspicious because the guy averaged a lot of points in this NBA. We'll talk about it today, but it's not the worst thing that could happen, man. But let's talk about it. It's your boy Eru, the Knicks podcast. Let's get busy. Yeah, man. So I know it's a busy night tonight. I know people watching other podcasts and stuff. A lot of people doing stuff, but this is the free time that I have, man. So I said, I have to go on and just get what I wanted to get out earlier this afternoon. But it happens. Things happen for a reason, man. But anyway, let's talk about Fournier, man. I don't want to talk too much about his defense and stuff like that. But since you insist, let's do that. That's the first thing we'll do because I was going to look at highlights first, but since you insist about talking about defense, I know everybody's talking about his defense. Let's just look at it. So anyway, this is just a Google search, and worst defenders in the NBA. Now, see, this is the first link here. If I click this link right here, it says worst defenders, NBA stats and analytics. Okay, craftednba.com. I never clicked that site a day in my life. Spoiler alert, you can see I did click it before the show started, but I'm gonna click it now. So let's see if he makes the list. So as we scroll down, so the site is up and coming. We could say that, but somebody put some thought into this. They put some. They said these players leak like a sieve. Listen, man. So somebody thinks they're funny, right? So they really took their time out of their lives to put these stats out for how bad these players are. So number one on the list, Anthony Simmons, somebody that a lot of people on this fan base would love to have on the roster. Anthony Simmons. Okay, shout out to Jalen Green, another guy that people like to have. Terrence Ross has been rumored to come to the Knicks. Aaron Fox, Ben McLemore, he was rumored to come here a couple times. Lonnie Walker, people would appreciate him coming over here. People like Lonnie Walker, I want to say, Terrence Ross. Some people here actually have reputations for defense. Here goes Carmelo Anthony. People say that, oh man, no, he could defend this, that, and the other. Okay, but he's on top 7. Number 7 at number 7. I wonder if that's tongue in cheek there. Doug, spoiler alert, Doug McDermott. Cam Thomas, Kenyon Martin Jr. There's not really a surprise here, some of these names that you see. But let's keep scrolling. I don't see anybody that I recognize. Yeah, Bojan Bogdanovic from Utah. You got Karis LeVert is up here. Eric Gordon. These guys don't strike me as extremely bad defenders. They're adequate defenders. I wouldn't go so far as to call them trash or these guys can't defend. Can't defend me. Marcus Morris Senior is there. Jordan Narwa. You got Brian Forbes. Sadiq Bey. These guys are adequate defenders. DeRozan is, he's not known for a major defender, but he gets respect in this league for defending the basketball. Ignas Brazdeikis, he's a doormat. Eric Purcell, I haven't really said much. People have said so much about his defense. Lou Williams was pretty much a doormat. Malik Monks, he doesn't really have that much time in the league. I'm just scrolling down. I'm looking for Evan Fournier, y'all. I am looking for Evan Fournier. Do you see him? Like I said, this is some BS website that I just picked up here. Shout out to them. It's called craftednba.com. Hope they can continue to build their website and become a force out here. But I'm looking at Buddy Hield, Cedi Osman, Tyrese Maxey. A lot of these guys are pretty much doormats. Oh, I see somebody that looks familiar. I see RJ Barrett there at number 46. So is this website made by Evan Fournier's family or something? It's because it's a coincidence here. So anyway, I'll get off this website because I know I triggered a lot of people. A lot of people probably clicked off, and I'll see you in the comments. You know what I'm saying? So we can get out of that. So what can we go next? let's go to people that say that he's trash. So this Evan Fournier. Listen, this is not a I love Evan Fournier pod here. This is just me talking about. I would like to get to the point where we could talk basketball. I'm gonna talk basketball in a second, but let's just get to through the hijinks here. So I mean, they said he was been trash his whole career, blah blah, blah this and the other. He's useless. He's worthless. They only talk about his first 2 seasons, 5 and 8. But I mean, the bulk of this time, he left Denver, made his way to Orlando, 12 points a game right away. And then there's something here that he averaged from this season to basically this season, all in Orlando. Some half of the year he spent in Boston, but during this time period from 2016 and 2017 season to the 2020-2021 season, my brother averaged 17 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Great percentages all around. 81% from free throw line, 50% from the 2-point range, 37% from three. Decent volume, 5.9, basically 6 3-point attempts a game. Regular field goal percentage is 45%. So that is pretty much NBA elite shooting right there for a shooting guard. And he's been a shooting guard his whole life. According to Basketball Reference, we can scroll up or scroll down, wherever they put it. Maybe they put it here. Let me see. They got him. Yeah, they got him listed as a shooting guard. I see small forward mixed in the mix a little bit there. Did he make the playoffs during this time period? Okay, people ask that as well. So let's click the playoffs. Yeah, he did make the play. He made the playoffs twice in Orlando. He made the playoffs once in Boston, also in Denver when he was barely playing. Did he average a lot in the playoffs? No. So, but this is what I'm trying to say. He's not even worth the conversation. But don't completely diss him like he's trash. He hasn't been trash in his NBA. Here's another thing too. Veteran. How old is this guy? He's not even 30 yet. He turns 30 October 29th. So he turns 30 in 2 days. I hope he throws a party. I would love to go. I got nothing to do in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? So he turns 30 in 2 days. So I mean the guy's still 20 something. So when he came to the Knicks, how old was he? 27, 26 going on 27. Guy's still freaking young, and we talking about that he's a baby. That he's a veteran holding the kids back. He's a kid himself, man. I don't get it. I really don't get it. So listen, man. That's all I'm gonna say about that stuff. But let's talk some basketball, guys. Let's talk basketball. So I know you saw Jalen Brunson's stuff there, but let's get into some video. I'll play the video, and then we'll just talk about it. What do you think about that? So go. Here he goes playing defense. So, like I said, nice. Did you see that? This is the European stuff, man. This is the FIBA tournament, so it's a little bit different than the NBA. Watch this. Defense fights through the screen, and it pushes number 40. Little acting job there, but the referees didn't call it. So he's playing defense. So here's something else that I want you to see. You might not be able to see it because of the little StreamYard thing there. But let's go to the beginning of this play. I think it's funny. Look at the score. It says 64-64 in 3 minutes and 18 seconds in the fourth quarter. So that means that whoever made this video knows what they say about Fournier and said, you know what, let me put the defensive play first. So this is highlights from a particular game that he played in against Lithuania where he scored like 27 points. He basically led them to advance into the playoffs here. But this is 64-64 in the fourth quarter, and that's the first play that they use. So let's play it again, and then we just keep going on with this video. That's crazy. So people say he's not tough. He's a they say a bunch of wild stuff about him. He can't play defense. Transition 3-point shot. That's what he does. He's really good at transition threes, man. Look at it. He's very engaged. He gets the crowd involved. He's really. A player like that, you need on your team to get you hype. It's not really. You can't really get too hype in the backcourt with 3-point shots like that. But if you got a guy that's fired up like this and he's hitting them, and he can hit them, that galvanizes the team. Here he goes doing a little bit of ball handling, a nice little pick, foul line jump shot. Against with the Knicks and Tom Thibodeau, I wish they would let him do that. If they would let him do that, that means that Julius Randle is not dribbling. Here goes another defensive play. Fournier happens to be right there, running the court very well. Sees the court very well. Nice inside. I can see Julius Randle in that position in the paint where Fournier's on the outside. Here he goes coming around a little screen. Nice little what do you call it? Finger roll. Nobody's finger rolls anymore. Here he goes again, floating on the inside. Already pushed out for the transition 3-point shot. So that's what he does there. He's always in the mix. Allow a backcourt player to play backcourt. The problem with the Knicks is that Julius Randle's the one dribbling it, and Fournier's the one looking to get the shot in the corner or whatever. Not even involved in the offense. How could a shooter like this that his whole career is based on like energy? Look at that beautiful drive there, able to still get past people. Fournier's 6'8", guys. He's not 6'4". He's not 6'6". He's 6'8". He's about the same size as LeBron. LeBron has obviously got 50 pounds on him. Shooting off balance 3-point shots. With confidence. There he goes, right around the pick. He knows how to go around the pick, pull up, bang. That's what we need. Mitchell Robinson needs to stand right there, let Fournier go around him, let Fournier just pull up. Not all the time. I'm not talking about Fournier becoming a 20-point a game scorer. This is still 14 points per game as a starter. But you need a guy like that. You want to talk about JJ Redick and some of the shooters that's been in the league out here, in that role. You see, just coming around a nice little pick where Mitchell Robinson sets him a pick, and then just get him open so he can get that nice little floater in the middle, because he cuts around screens very good, and he gets into space where he can shoot that shot, and that's bang all day long, man. It keeps the ball out of Julius Randle's hand. So this is the end of the clip here. So let's stop that. So anyway, the whole point of this video is to say that we need Julius Randle not to have the ball. And who should get the ball? Fournier. Fournier's a veteran. He knows how to play. You see him in the Eurobasket. This was this summer. If Tom Thibodeau can get this guy in this type of action in a basketball game, then they will be good, because if he's doing that, that means Julius Randle is somewhere else. Of course, Julius Randle is still going to be the 20-point a game scorer guy, or at least close to it, and then RJ's out there too. So between RJ and Randle, those two guys should be receivers. We should not be relying on those guys to do heavy ball handling, because shout out to the next guy that I have on the screen here. This is Jalen Brunson highlights. So the first play here, this is early in the first quarter. The first play here, he didn't even bring the ball up the court. In the beginning, I think Bullock brought the ball up and handed it off to Jalen Brunson to start this play here. So this is the beginning of this shot clock. Sets up on one-on-one on the island. Tom Thibodeau runs up plays like this all the time. So Jalen Brunson is definitely going to eat like I don't know what on this play here. Same thing here, little down, dribble handoff, going around the screen, getting into his office. Usually that's Julius Randle doing that. I just mentioned Fournier. Now I'm mentioning Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson in his office, rather than Julius Randle occupying space in his office. Brunson is going to see people. You can shout out to Bullock. I can see RJ getting those passes there. Here goes Brunson just getting busy doing his thing. He's going to get a lot of those opportunities. Let me rewind that really quick, just so you can see that last play where he got this guy a shot. Let me see here. Now this is the transition. There it goes right there. Look, you see how he just got open? I can see RJ all day. I can see RJ all day in transition, just getting layups like it ain't nothing. Just because the ball is going to Jalen Brunson. It won't be in Julius Randle's hand. But here we go again. This should be Julius Randle number 7, looking for people, setting a nice pick for Brunson. Nice little roll. Look at that. Nice and easy. But that should be Julius Randle, not Mitch Robinson. That should be Julius Randle right there, getting beautiful, easy dunks. How many has he had? And then Brunson can easily do that all day. If you're gonna overplay the roller, then he's gonna score. You can't stop him. You can't stop him, especially when he got the game going. Here we go. Stutter step on the inside. Look on the right hand side there. That's RJ Barrett right there, or Fournier. I can see a Fournier in that spot. Nice little knockdown 3-point shot right there. Here's Jalen Brunson after a kick out, 1-on-1, crossover, in and out, stutter step, spin move, over the trees all day long, man, all day long. So I mean, the big problem is defense. I already dismissed the defensive stuff with the first few minutes of this video. But Jalen Brunson was able to get in the mix of a defensive play, which caused a transition 3. Like I said, Fournier, RJ, even Julius Randle, I could see those guys. That would have been Julius Randle in that position, because I was their power forward there. There we go, Jalen Brunson reading the crowd and just pulling up, knowing that the defense is on their heels, and he had a nice, comfortable shot. Look at that. This is how we're gonna win. For those that are gonna catch this video after the fact, this is how we're gonna win. I know if you got past the beginning of me just joking around about Jalen Brunson, Evan Fournier's defense. If you got past that and you get here at this point, this is how we're gonna win. The first point with Fournier actually playing shooting guard, doing shooting guard stuff rather than just being a situational spot up shooter. him doing actual, having an actual role where he's ball handling and actively in the offense. I could see between him and Jalen Brunson, instead of having the worst defensive backcourt, instead of thinking of it that way, I think we'll have one of the best offensive backcourts in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? People think about it this way, like we're playing 2K. Oh yeah, but they might have 50, but they're giving up 100. All right, listen, man, that's not going to happen every night. It's not going to happen every night. And not for nothing, that list that I showed you before, there's plenty of people there that are quote unquote stars. Even a lot of people in that list in the beginning of this pod, um, are even have reputations of being good defenders. You know what I'm saying? And they happen to be on a list for worst defenders in the NBA. Like I said, I didn't really pay attention to the criteria. That was really for jokes and stuff like that. But Fournier was even on the list, and it was supposed to be the worst defenders in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So here goes Jalen Brunson. I just like watching Jalen Brunson, man. He moves a lot. He doesn't really get separation. He just kind of just goes at you, going how he wants to. Supreme confidence. Here he goes. He got Rudy Gobert on skates. You know, but he got everybody like that. Even if he don't really shake them, he still is always able to get that shot off because he's so shifty. He just look at that. He came in, studied step, pulled back, double team, got both guys in the air and just put up the shot and made it. He's good. There you go. He fakes 44. Now he got my man Pascal on the island in the middle there. 3-second violation, but they don't call that no more in the NBA. But you can't stop him. You can't stop him. He can't jump. He's not blowing past you. He's standing right in front of you and you still can't stop him. There he goes, right over top of one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. Like he ain't even nothing. And he's talking shit to him. And he's talking junk to him. So this is the end. This is the Knicks here. So like I've been trying to be on this positive tip because it's the beginning of the season and things of that nature. But I think it's worth being positive rather than wasting our breath being negative before anything even happens. So for anyone that's gonna pop on this and watch this after the fact. What I'm saying. This is where we need to be. We need to be talking basketball, not talking about fantasy stuff and negative fantasy. I never seen a negative fantasy. Shout out to anime. People are starting to get really into anime now, which is dope. Because anime is fantasy. But you ever seen people into negative fantasy? I know horror and sci-fi and that type of stuff, but like stuff that's negative. Do you like to watch negative cartoons? I just don't get it. The same thing with sports. You're just into sports just for the negative Nancy shit. I just don't get it. That's what you get up for. That's what boosts what it gives you your energy. Look at what we're watching. This is a long ass highlight. This is just Jalen Brunson highlights in the playoffs here. He's getting busy. You know what I'm saying? This is what we need to be talking about here. Yeah, so I didn't really check the camera here because I could see the camera's a little nervous because I had a green screen on a little earlier, and so the camera's a little jacked up. So I just noticed it now. I didn't even look at myself this whole time here. But that's annoying. So I think I might have to change the camera here. So before we get out of here, I'm gonna get into um what's up, guy? I'm gonna get into the whole comments and stuff like that. Is this camera messed up too? What the fuck is going on here? You see what happens with live streams? Shout out to Knicks Fan TV. He goes into the chat during the Knicks content day, and he says, "Oh, see guys, see how hard it is to make a live stream. Listen, man, there was so many content creators in that spot that it's like that's like an understatement. We all know how to do live streams, man. You're not the only one. There's like so many podcasts out there. The guys are doing live streams. So anyway, we're gonna try this again, and bam, I should be good now. Let me see. Am I good? Still not good. Lord have mercy. But anyway, you guys can hear me, so that's all right. So let's get into these comments. I just want to say what's up to Kareem Grant. We got Chase Boogie here. What's good? We got Mr. Cruz. What's good, Mr. Cruz? He said Randall and Evan gotta go. Listen, man, there's more things to talk about besides that. That's like the easy conversation. Like I said, I got highlights here of Jalen Brunson here that's just going crazy. I can go back and put on these Fournier highlights, but I actually took it off. So let's get rid of that. So anyway, we got let me see, Randall ain't your point guard. Yeah, he's not a point guard. It's actually Brunson. Brunson is the point guard. So we should just leave it like that. Jalen, excuse me, Randall should be the receiver. He should be on the inside getting the ball. He should be foul line in or to the corner threes and stuff like that. Maybe corner threes, maybe on top of the key, but he should not be ball handling at all. It should be Brunson. Brunson number one, but Fournier needs to help him. You know what I'm saying? If Fournier starts, we riot. No, you riot. You know what I'm saying? You riot. This is the only jersey that I have. You know, I'm not here to be burning people at the cross just because of what the crowd is saying, what the crowd is saying, quote unquote. You know that he can't play defense and stuff like that, man. So I already made that discussion already. Somebody made a list of worst defenders in the NBA. RJ was on the list and Fournier wasn't. You know, I can click some other lists and whatever, you know, or maybe you can send me your favorite list that fits your narrative and stuff like that. I found the list that fit mine. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I of course I wouldn't mind Fournier leaving his team. Of course I wouldn't mind Julius Randle leaving this team, but they're not leaving this team right now. You know, so I can give you trade examples for guys like Devin Booker, but then you got people here talking about, oh, Devin Booker ain't shit. He's not there. He's this, that, and the other. Remember, I mean, what conversation is the best? Starting Quentin Grimes, who only averaged 6 points last year. He hasn't proven anything in the NBA. Everybody seems to want him to start. He hasn't proven anything in the NBA. Fournier has proved a lot in the NBA. He should have a little bit more respect here. You know what I'm saying? Let's start, Quentin Grimes. Oh, because he plays defense. That's such a blanket comment right there. You know, like what is the proof? Last year, he was just a three-point shooter. He didn't do anything but shoot threes. A lot of times he was blank. A lot of times he was good. He was hot and cold, but that's a rookie. I get it. But let's not pretend that this guy's gonna be this. And also, too, there's a rumor, that people keeps talking about, saying that Quentin Grimes was untouchable. He wasn't untouchable. I don't think anybody said that. I think that was fan generated or media generated because we're not supposed to be listening to the media, right? But people listening to whatever media people say and they roll with that because it fits the narrative. But I don't think anybody said that Quentin Grimes was untouchable. I think it was that deal that was in place that Utah wanted so many people, so the Knicks were like, forget it. It wasn't because they wanted Quentin Grimes, that Quentin Grimes is untouchable. I mean, people gravitate to whatever they want to gravitate. They can't even tell you where they got the information from, but just because everyone is saying it, everybody believes it. Shit is garbage, man. So anyway, shout out to everybody that's here now. Shout out to Korean Grant. Shout out to Joe D. MacGyver. Like I said, I can get negative. Say people complain about how I curse too much. Shout out to the little skit I did in the beginning of this pod. People say I curse too much. People say I'm too excited. I need to calm down, this, that, and the other. They say that for a reason because sometimes I go wild in here. I go freaking crazy in here, salivating at the mouth about certain things that happen with this team. At this present time, arguing every day about how Fournier can't play defense and how if he starts, we riot and all this other stuff. If he's doing that every day, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you, straight like that. You know what I'm saying? So listen, man, it's the beginning of the season. If we start that first preseason game and Julius Randle gets the rebound, takes the ball up the court, have at it. You know what I'm saying? Have at it. If Fournier is just standing in the corner waiting for a three-point shot or whatever, and you want to complain about his defense all day, go ahead, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But if things change, and the Knicks are playing in such a way where where we're proud of them and these guys are playing well, then I need you to go to direknicks.com and find this T-shirt that I have, that talks about what you said in the off season. So if I could pull that up, I'll put this on the screen here, man. Listen, direknicks.com before we get out of here, and check out this T-shirt that I'm gonna put on the screen here. It's make sure I get it correct because I don't want to put the wrong site on here because then you guys are gonna be mad at me. So here we go. Before we get out of here, please go to direknicks.com. Sorry for what you said before the season started. Okay, $21.99 plus tax. Right now they got a 20% off everything. You can redeem that and get 20% off of anything on that site. But this T-shirt's for you. You know what I'm saying? If we start playing well with the current roster that we have now without any trades, because I'm not sure, I don't think we're gonna make any trades because literally training camp is like it starts today. You know what I'm saying? The preseason is like next week. You know what I'm saying? So like if this applies to you, man, pick this up, before the season starts and call your own self out. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this is your boy Eru, host of the Die Hard Knicks podcast. I also have another podcast called the Die Hard Marvel channel. I'm trying to pick that up. I'm trying to stay busy. I actually did one a little earlier tonight. So this is the logo. Die Hard Marvel. Let me get rid of this. Look up Die Hard Marvel, and you'll see this logo, and then just support the kid. If you enjoy watching me talk shit about the Knicks, watch me talk shit about Marvel, man. So anyway, that's how I'm rocking it. So let me see what the guys are saying before we get up out of here. Okay, so we got some new guys here. Let's look out. Let's look my man here. All the governments in the world. Okay, I see. You almost got me. You almost got me. Oh my god. What's up, Die? That's Michael K. What's good, Mike K? Just checked in. Yep. Let me see. Maybe some of the building up the trade value for Fournier and Randall. Absolutely. But that's what I'm trying to say. I think even though we have Randall and Fournier, I think that we're gonna do well this year with them. But once we get to the trade deadline, we might be able to make a move. It might not be Randall, it might not be Fournier. It'll be somebody though. It will be somebody. And I kind of think that that trade deadline, is gonna be special. I always say this.
The cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that. I'm hoping our guys play so well that we know who's the guys that need to go, and we know that we have excess of certain positions. That everybody say, look, if everybody's playing well, not everybody can be in a rotation. But if everybody's showing that they can play well, then now we could pinpoint certain guys that we could put together in the package to be aggressive. Because that's what Leon Rose said in that interview that he had. They're going to maintain. They're going to try to be aggressive. They're going to continue to be aggressive. That's what he said. That we're going to continue to be aggressive. That's out of Leon Rose's mouth. So I mean, people are going to be traded, man. RJ could be that. Quentin Grimes, anybody that people keep talking about, they could be traded depending on how well our team is playing. You know what I'm saying? We might be able to make another move to get like that superstar or that maybe second tier star player. Definitely perennial all star kind of guy because we're missing that. So if those were available, we absolutely have it because I keep saying on the show too, we almost did this to Donovan Mitchell, so that means we could do like that to somebody else too if they become available. Shout out to Devin Booker. I think Devin Booker might be available. So anyway, Geraldine, what you saying here? Grimes is a second year. It's a second year player. Evans is a vet. Yep. Yeah, man. Experience always outshines whatever. But if Quentin Grimes shows up to this to the training camp and preseason, and he plays his ass off and outplays Fournier, then that's dope. Shout out to Iggy Iguodala. He said as much for Golden State. Stephen Curry wants Iggy there. So Iggy said, okay, I'll come back and play with you guys. But he made a statement to the young guys. He said, listen, I'm playing and I want to play. I'm here because I want to play. I'm here because I don't want to be on the bench. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys want to play and I'm playing over you, then there's something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Fournier is supposed to be the worst defender on the Knicks right now. Disregard everything else that he does well. But if he's so bad defensively and Quentin Grimes doesn't beat him out in training camp and in preseason, then leave it alone. I know Tom Thibodeau is who he is. I don't trust him either. Just a reminder for people that are just new to this podcast. I made this early and I posted all the time. People keep saying that I'm a tip supporter. How? If you click my the Dire Knicks YouTube page, that picture's right on the top of the screen. So I give Tom Thibodeau all of his bad blood and whatever he needs too. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Jay Cruz, what's good, man? I hear you talk about life in general and little rants. Okay, I appreciate you, man. Definitely. I think I recognize the name. If you might have participated in the comments or something like that, definitely, man. Thank you for popping in. Because listen, this podcast, I do it because I love it. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I do it because I actually really like to do it. I like to talk Knicks. I like to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Always got a lot to say about a lot of different things. A lot of times when you have guests and stuff like that, you're not able to talk because you got to wait for the other 9 people to get their freaking thoughts out. So you can't really get your thoughts out. So a lot of times when I come on here, people keep asking me, "Oh, how come you don't hit people up? How come you don't hit me up?" I'm good to go because listen, sometimes I want to hear your thoughts. I don't want somebody interrupting you while you're talking. I don't want people changing the subject, because that happens a lot. Sometimes that's fun. You're having a good time doing the pod, but that's tiring to me, man. I just can't do it like that. And then if I can, bring something real to the conversation and get the person to open up a little bit, then that makes for great content, in my opinion. I enjoy my own podcast sometimes, man, because I don't recognize myself, I don't recognize my voice, and I enjoy having these conversations. And if they come out good, I enjoy listening to it myself. So I definitely appreciate you, Jay Cruz, man. Yeah, man. I think, I'm gonna talk about iHeart next. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna devote one pod just like this to Mr. Hart. I like iHeart. iHeart is a dope it's a dope name for that dude, Hardenstein. iHeart, that's dope. So anyway, Peace to Geraldine, as always. Thank you for tuning in, guys. It's your boy Eru the Any Star, host of the Dynasty podcast. 4 fingers to the floor, tucking the thumb salute. And I'll see you guys next time, man. Definitely that iHeart, that'll be the next conversation. I would do it tonight, but it's getting late there. But if I'm up at 12, you might see me pop on, man. So anyway, I'll see you guys later. Eru out.